Hey guys, here's another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So today I pretty much mostly worked on the 59 bus, although I did a couple kind of minor things on the yellow 71 Ghia. So why don't we go ahead and start with the bus. The kind of most obvious thing is that it is sitting on the ground on its very own wheels and tires now. So before we just had some rollers on there that were off, I think a 66 Beetle, 66 or 67 Beetle. Now it's on its actual real to life, honest to goodness, correct wheels and tires. So these are Firestones in the correct size. These are real honest to goodness bias ply tires, which are really fun to drive. They're pretty squirrely and in a stock bus or Beetle, it's just kind of the experience. These things don't really have enough power to push bias ply tires really to their limit, so to speak. So it's kind of a good combination. These cars just don't have enough power or braking power to really torture these bias ply tires. So it's fun to drive them. You can get them to squeal a little bit here and there going around a turn, or if you brake real hard. But for the most part, they're not that bad on these cars, at least. Just because again, they're kind of a good match to the power and braking and steering of these vehicles. Anyway, they look great on there. Of course, it's going to look much better when it's got hubcaps and all the deluxe trim and all that stuff. But for now, you kind of starting to get the idea what this bus is going to look like sitting on the ground on its correct wheels and tires. So I did that. So the wheels were powder coated initially, and then over that we go ahead and paint them. And I should point out here, I did go and remove the paint from the seats on the wheels where all the lug nuts go. For anyone who may not know what I'm talking about, I do have I think it was a tech tip video on that. You want to remove paint and powder coating from the seats on the actual rim where the ball of this lug bolt goes, because they can work themselves loose if you're tightening against paint and powder coating. So very important. Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. And I think it's one of my shorts. Anyway, so did that, and then took the wheels and tires over to our neighbor's shop, Candido's, across the fence there, and had him mount them up, balance them. Weights only on the inside because weights look ugly on the outside. So there you go. Got them on. Got the bus on the ground. Let's see, what else did we do today? So the steering box on this bus, I've mentioned before, was actually basically frozen and wouldn't turn at all. It's not really going to turn now because I've got it all taped up. But I went ahead and I pulled the steering box out, and I was starting to disassemble it so we could return it to the shop that the steering box came from. And I started removing there's basically on the bottom of these, there's a clamp. Here, I can show this. It's probably the best thing to do. So there's a clamp on these. So that's this black piece right here. The clamp basically has the mount on it where it bolts to the frame, and then it kind of clamps around what I call, I guess, the nose of the steering box here. Anyway, so once I pulled this whole assembly out, I started loosening up the two clamp bolts here to remove this piece, because they wouldn't really need this piece. They would just need the box itself if they were going to do something with it. And lo and behold, when I loosened those up, I accidentally bumped the pitman arm, and it moved just like it should. And so I don't know how, and I talked to Rafa about it. He said he's never seen anything like that in the decades he's been working on these cars. Somehow having this clamp tight against the steering box locked up the steering box. After I loosened those up and it started moving again, I actually retightened them, and it continued to work freely. So I don't know what that was all about. But I guess all's well that ends well. The box works great now. I reinstalled it, adjusted it. It works great. So really weird mystery. So then I went ahead and installed the drag link, which is what connects the pitman arm to the actual steering pivot here, and then this piece, kind of an L-shaped piece, has a tie rod that goes out to each wheel from there. But anyway, yeah, very weird mystery with that one. Not sure what was going on there, but it works great now. So whatever that was all about, thank goodness it seems to be resolved now. Not 100% sure why, but it works now. So we'll continue to kind of keep an eye on it, but I'm not really expecting to have any more issues with it. Other than that, I forgot where I put them. I did rebuild the fuel pump for the 36 horse motor for that bus today. Looks nice. Rafa actually started on it. He had already sandblasted it and cleaned it up, and then we had previously sent out the hardware for zinc coating. So look at that, brand new. And then I also went ahead and assembled the wiper mechanism here. Got that all together. I think I've been able to find a source for a really nice chrome VW nose emblem for this bus. So once that goes on, then the wiper assembly can go on. They have to go on in that order: nose emblem first, and then wiper assembly. So I think that is about what I did on here. I did remove the shift rod because we've got to do some tweaking on it. I'll explain that later. What else? So I did mention that I did a couple things on the Ghia today. Not a whole lot, but just trying to keep things moving forward here. So one thing that I did was I connected the heater control. I had the cables in there previously, but they weren't connected. So now those are connected here and there. And so what that does, which is the left-hand lever, when you open that lever, if you had the heat turned on in the car, it would actually blow out these vents right there, and then there's one on the other side. You can't see it, but basically those would be the heaters that would warm up the rear of the car. If you had a passenger sitting back here, it would be blowing hot air on their foot basically, which I suppose is better than nothing. But yeah, that knob is for that. So there's a little flap on each of these that opens and closes with that lever. The other lever is the one that basically controls the flow of heat from the heater boxes on the motor to the rest of the car. So if you pull that one, the right hand side one, that would be basically blowing hot air through the heater channels, and then up to, if I can show this here, up to right there, which is for the driver and passenger feet, driver side and passenger side over there. Let's see, where are they? You can't really see it behind that seat. Anyway, and then the defrosters, it would come up here and so on. But anyway, I connected those. And then the only other thing I really did was to put in this nice billet shift coupler. So between that and the Delrin shift bushing that we have over here, this shifting is going to be very nice, very precise. Neither that nor the Delrin bushing should ever wear out, ever. So they shouldn't be something that the owner of this car ever has to worry about again. So nice little peace of mind there as far as durability is concerned. So I think that's pretty much what happened around here today. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Please remember to like this video if you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so if you like what we're doing here, and we'll try and keep some good content coming. Thanks guys. Bye.